Hi, I'm Jackie Hayes, and you're listening to Here's What I Learned. On this podcast, we pull back the curtain on the ins and outs of running a coaching business. Join me as I talk with life and business coaches about the behind the scenes of running a coaching business. Sit back, take notes, and enjoy. Welcome to my weekly mini episode on what I have been unlearning. And what I mean by unlearning is discarding anything I have previously learned or assumed. Last week we talked about success being all rainbows and unicorns. And this week we're going to be talking about why using the term women plus in describing who you serve isn't as inclusive as you might think. When I first started my business, I wanted to work with individuals that identified as women because I identify as a woman, and so we'd have a shared experience. Also, there is systematic oppression of women in entrepreneurship that has led to a lack of resources, and I wanted to remedy that by being a resource for women specifically. And then I truly believe that women having and stewarding money will literally change the world. But as I began exploring those whys, I realized that the last two apply to all underrepresented genders. If I wanted to help coaches who were dismantling oppression, I felt I needed to broaden my reach. But how was I going to communicate that I was serving more than those who identified as women? Nicole Antoinette has a weekly email that goes out, and in one of those, she shared an article about diversifying your language when it comes to women and underrepresented genders. And I want to talk a little bit about what I learned from that article. Oftentimes you see organizations use the term women plus to communicate that they serve more than those who identify as women. But there's a problem in that. Using the term women plus still centers women. It's like saying, hey, we're welcoming in women, we're focused on women, but all you over there, you can join us if you'd like to. Not all non-binary people identify with feminine aspects. And so by saying women plus, you're saying, well, this is a feminine space, but you're welcome here as well, but it's not really for you. And so what should you be doing instead? Well, the article suggests a few things, and one of those is to be very clear about who it is that you are serving. It's perfectly fine if you want to serve women and women-identifying individuals exclusively, but what does that mean? Does that also include trans women? If it doesn't, then it doesn't. That is fine. But if it does, make sure that you find a way to communicate that. If you're wanting to serve more than women, if you're wanting to serve all marginalized genders or underrepresented genders, then communicate that and be clear about that. Say, I work with marginalized genders, or I work with all underrepresented genders. And then, of course, make sure that you work on using inclusive language. Use terms like everyone, y'all, people, or my favorite that I have heard is my chickens. So when you're considering communicating who it is that you're working with, or when you're trying to figure out that niche, consider the language that you use. Are you centering women, or are you making a space that is welcome to everyone who is of a marginalized gender? And that's it for today. I hope that you found this educational and that you will be sure to subscribe and leave a review. Until next week.